think maybe he's looking at that build. If I'm Byul right now, I'm going to look at that last game and be like, okay, it might be time to hang up this build.
Yeah.
This build, we may want to close
build.
this. Yeah.
It was good before people knew how to handle it. Now that people are seemingly beginning to learn how to handle it and practice against it, I gotta just hang up the skates.
And now that he's played it in a televised GSL game, there will not be a Zerg player that does not know about him doing this build. Like
exactly.
There could have been before, because there weren't like really high-end televised games of Byul that everyone watches, but like GSL,
there were some online tournaments, as you were talking about, but when you get this many people watching one tournament, and it's the GSL, of course, people are going to begin to realize what's going on here.
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll see him do that again, but here certainly not. Just going right up to a reactor factory at the moment. Going to have that command center done pretty quickly. Lucira sacrificed quite a bit of his economy to get out this quick zergling speed, and it doesn't look like it's really going to do very much for him.
You know, he may look to run up this ramp as the reactor completes.
Oh, that's actually a very good point. He could try that.
I don't... You know, the speed is about to finish, but I think the swap is happening right now.
Yeah.
So I think he may have just missed his timing.
Well, looks like he is... oh, no, he's checking for it, but Byul playing that very carefully right there.
It seems like Byul first just going to get a lot of Marines out here, fill up that bunker.
Yeah, he's not screwing around.
Yeah.
So, Byul teching directly up right now. Definitely something to keep in mind here, going straight into that starport.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be some sort of drop coming out here. Lots of Marines being produced. No Widow Mines. I think there was like just one Hellion in the mix as well. Yeah. Yeah,
he didn't really make a lot. He was basically using that to make add-ons. So, okay, a Banshee going to come out. This is interesting because normally you pair this up with a lot of Hellions. Instead, he has like an okay amount of Marines, and that's it. So it's like, it's not Hellion Banshee, it's just Banshee. Cloak Banshee play.
Yeah. And what happened to that medevac? Was I imagining that coming out, or is that just sitting in the base?
I think he just didn't make it, right?
Oh.
I think he canceled, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah,
we have a new observer here. We're not...
Yeah. We're going to learn with him what's going on in Legacy of the Void. Yeah, it looks like it was just canceled.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just imagining that on the production tab. I swear I saw
Possibly. I did that with Infestors earlier today.
Yeah.
I'm like, he has Infestors. Where are they? Because I did see Pathogen Glance. He did get that.
That came out.
It's like he got the medevac boost upgrade, but no medevac. It's like, what? What?
Yeah.
But, okay, so this is just Banshee play, but the thing is, this is a Spire. Look, he scans, sees the Spire. It's kind of heartbreaking when you rush up to Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, and he's even gotten Overseer already out. So as long as these mutas can get out in time, I mean, this Banshee is kind of taking the long way around to go into this back door. And there's 4 queens in position as well.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah.
It almost dies. Oh, it does die. Oh, no.
Wow. Wow.
Well, not a good place for Byul here. He delayed his third base so much. He committed to Cloak while Lucira was 100% ready for it. And now he's kind of sitting in his base. I mean, granted, Lucira didn't get the fastest third base either.
Yeah.
He ticked up pretty fast as well, but he's going to have a ton of pressure even with these mutas already on the map. He's got 7 of them.
Yeah, I mean, two base mutas, really quite nice. But we do have Liberators being reactored out, so... I don't know he's going to be able to do too much with this right now.
Not a lot of damage, but a lot of pressure.
Oh, that's so annoying.
No.
You tell me you can't shoot that turret? Come on. Thing was working almost perfectly. Come on. Like, but, you know, he has some good turret placements right now. And with Liberators popping out, the mutas are going to be pushed back pretty easily.
Yeah, he's got to get out of there with his mutas, actually. Finally, the Overseer is going to come over here. 2 queens. Going to push it away. Nice transfuse to save that queen.
Yeah, it looks like the muta's going to be recalled to deal with this Cloaked Banshee as well. But that's, I mean, that's pretty much the end of the Mutalisk harassment for now and the Banshee harassment for now, as there will be no more Banshees. And it seems like the defense is really tight for Byul right now. I just can't imagine Lucira getting damage done with mutas at the moment. Maybe a little bit later.
Well, it seems like the transition for Losira is going to be a bunch of roaches. Roach speed going to come out here. No doubt Ravager is going to be added into the mix. And at the same time, he's getting +1 air weapons.
Yeah, not too surprised about that. Like, I mean, he already started it. It's not that expensive. And the thing is, like, as Terran spreads out more and reverts to more normal composition, I think that Mutalisk production might be something he wants to go for again. But he's dedicating quite a bit to the roaches right now, to be honest.
Mineral field depleted.
And our observer is trying to show us, I believe, that Byul has seen, in fact, the Roach Warren come out here and decommittal to roaches out of Losira. We already see one tank already out. He's making them one by one to try to defend against this.
Definitely a very good unit to help defend against any sort of roach-type pushes, especially with those medevacs out. A couple Liberators as well. Yeah, I mean, this is... I can't imagine him really taking too much damage from any attacks.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I'm pretty sure both these players, if they weren't practicing for this match, they were watching the one before. TY versus Sulky.
Yeah.
So maybe Byul like watched that match and he's like, I could do that too. Maybe I could just set up something in the middle of the map with a bunch of Liberators.
That's a good point.
Try to go for that.
That's like the way he used to play anyways. Like, the guy would just turtle and wait for you to leave almost. Like, he was the most patient player ever. He didn't care if the game was an hour and a half. So that's actually, he definitely could go for something like that and just be like, no, we're cutting this in half. And
yeah, it's possible. The difference here is that Losira is committing heavily to roaches, whereas Sulky was going, you know, Ling Bane, tons of speed banes right on the map towards the mid game here. And maybe it'll be a bit harder to hold. We see a lot more tanks added in the mix because of this. I think this is possibly reactionary out of Byul, just to deal with what he's going up against. But even tanks are going to help out in the middle of the map if you're going up against this kind of composition. Maybe less Liberators, more tanks.
Yeah, especially because you're going to need medevacs to pull the tanks out of Corrosive Biles.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can dodge all the Corrosive Biles, that's actually going to be very, very nice against a composition like this. So, good call there. We do have those medevacs loaded up right now, kind of ready to go towards that main, but don't forget there are some mutas out to help deal with that as well. Normally against roach-based compositions, drops are the answer because they don't have anti-air, but there are some mutas, so can be cleaned up.
In position, but not in position at the same time, unfortunately. So 2 medevacs worth of Marines going to come straight into the main, and tons of units being pulled back. It seems like another drop is going on down here, but perfectly defended, as that's where the army of Losira is waiting.
Does actually fly over a Spore right there. Looks like he will force out the drop from his main base, but in the meantime, a very nice move by Byul here through the middle, cleaning up quite a bit of creep.
This is the way to do it. You attack from 3 angles and just draw the Zerg out. I mean, there's mutas, but there's not that many of them. This is a bit of a mistake.
Ooh, yeah, that was really a well-defended base there by Losira, but this drop is doing really quite nicely, and once again, dropping in that main base. Unsure exactly how much he's going to get done, but drones are starting to fall. He's actually doing a lot of damage here.
This is the most annoying thing to deal with. Seems like possible 2 more drops coming into this 4th base, but once again, this is the very defended base, and 2 full medevacs go down, and maybe committing possibly a bit too much to the harassment.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is that Spore and Spine were like perfectly placed. Those were like MVPs there. Those actually helped to deal with multiple medevacs, multiple drops. I think that if those 2 weren't there, Byul would have done way more damage with these drops. They would have kept going on. He would have had a couple more medevacs perhaps. Anyways, here we are. He is going to have to be very careful here because the series starting to push in.
Here come the tanks. Nice position here in this one little nook on Dust Towers that you can get.
Yeah, he does have some liberation zones set up. He's got to be careful in case of Corrosive Biles coming down on that, but he has siege tanks helping to cover as well. Very well turtled up area, and Byul is having his 4th command center finish up, so he's going to be able to expand again, which is really nice.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, Losira taking his 5th base, looking to put on the pressure now onto this Terran. If he could break down, well, actually, he's just going to come up top and get the Corrosive Biles onto those tanks, and a big portion of those Marines at the same time.
Yeah, some pretty decent ones, but look at that, actually. Whoa. Did Byul target it? I guess he did.
I think it must have been Byul.
That's kind of cool.
I'm not sure how he killed it so fast, though, with just Marines taking fire from the Zerg here.
Some missed corrosive vials right there. Gotta be careful about that, but it looks like Byul can continue to push forward, really showing why he's done so well in tournaments so far in Legacy of the Void.
And I love this, the huge switch into Mutas, 12 on the way. He sees there's only 2 Liberators out right now, and a very, very low number of Marines out on the middle of the map. So Mutas are going to be the perfect answer to this army.
You're very right about that, and this is what we were talking about early on with keeping that +1 attack upgrade and whatnot. Eventually, this became really great. Look at that. Smashes these 2 medevacs.
Oh, God.
And immediately, a couple Thors and more Liberators being produced.
Yeah.
The one good thing we can say for Byul right now, that despite the fact that these Mutalisks are out and he's kind of got the wrong composition right now, he has 3-3 on the way, which is going to be pretty decent against a bunch of Mutas with just +1 attack.
Yeah, that's very true. It seems like Lucira's kind of skimped on the upgrades. I'm not exactly sure where his armor upgrade is for his ground units.
It's got +2 actually right now.
Okay, so he's got +2 attack on the way, and he has hit that high finally. And look at this, no defense at that 4th base, but finally the Liberator's going to come back.
All right, a couple Thors about to pop out, and that's going to be just in time up here. Plenty of missile turrets in here, trying to target down these Liberators, and he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't think this is worth it in the end. He's killed 2 Liberators overall, and maybe like a missile turret there. And in the meantime, he's lost 15 Mutalisks throughout the entire game.
Right, and we actually have a big move in right now here by Lucira. We have a lot of corrosive vials coming down. The Mutas coming to help as well. They're very low on health, but okay, here we go. Actually, a Thor comes up. That's going to help out quite a bit. Some nice pickups on those siege tanks, and will push everything back.
Yeah. Nicely done there, but I can't help but feel that Lucira got the better end of that fight. Tons of tanks were taken out, and consider that I think +3 weapons was finished for that fight.
Yeah.
+3 armor seems like it wasn't, but Lucira was able to fight that well against a better upgraded composition there. So keep that in mind as Lucira nears, Adrenal Glands coming out, 3-3 coming out eventually, Chitinous Plating, as well as those Ultras.
Well, right now, looks like he will be turtling behind here, and this is what he needs to do, I think. He needs to keep him busy with a few drops while getting a few more units out here. Byul, it's like time to turtle, but if he's not doing small drops, then Lucira's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Lucira has a lot right now. His upgrades are good. They aren't quite as good as Byul's, but they're enough with how big the map is, how many bases he has.
That's very true. Look at this position from Lucira. He knows that 5th base is coming out, and he's got his Mutas right in position to delay this for a bit of time. Getting his Lings as well to come from 2 sides and get the big surround on this army.
That could be a really good one right there. And in fact, the big surround going down. Those Thors being dealt with in a matter of seconds. Coming down towards these siege tanks now. Can Byul actually hold on? He has a planetary here as well.
I think the planetary may save that base. But, oh boy, look at this drop. Already 15 drones going down, but I'm not sure it's going to matter.
Yeah, it may not indeed. He's got to deal with what's over at his base, and there's 4 Ultras on the way, 3-3 about to finish. So that's going to be very scary as well. But if Byul can hold on, keep his 4th mining, rebuild his army a little bit, maybe he has a chance after that great drop at the 4th base of Lucira.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, he lost his 5th there. No defense, no turrets, no nothing. Not mining from his 3rd anymore. It's almost mined out anyway. So he's essentially mining off of 1 base right now.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. And the fact that he didn't actually kill that hatch, I thought he was going to get it, but doesn't look like it. That's really putting him into such a bad position here. Because now we're going to have 3 perfectly mining bases for Lucira in a moment.
Yeah, Byul just doesn't have any economy left over outside of that 1 base. He's gonna rely on some more drops to come out here and buy him some time. But Lucira already near maxed out once again, as you said, mining from a bunch of bases. And it looks like Byul is going to attempt to, oh boy.
I love it.
That's
Changeling
so awesome.
into the creep drop.
That is so awesome.
The alley-oop right there. I'm delaying that.
You could just tell that Lucira is, he knows what every next step is for Byul. It's like he's always one step ahead of him. He's like, okay, now I know you don't have your third base. You're gonna lift and move to the fifth, but you can't because I'm gonna block it.
He knew when there was no more anti-air. He's switching the meters. GG. Lucera playing a great series, great tech switches. Really well played. I thought Byul did a very good job, like that multi-pronged grasp when he was doing 3 or 4 drops at once. The Spore plus Spine combo and a few units at that 4th base, really, I felt like that is where things got out of control for Byul. Because that's like, he like decided to do something that was so harass heavy that it had to get damage done, or he's just wasted all his money on all these units that aren't going to transition to the later game as well and whatnot, and it just never did what he needed.
I think he just needed more damage there, essentially, or he needed to, in the interim, get more bases up and essentially set up some sort of turtle, composition as TY did in his game as well. And I thought that was going to be a bit closer, like at least a 2-1, maybe even in Byul's favor, but Lucera sweeps that 1-2-0.
Yeah, really well done by Lucera. So good for him. Gets his revenge there on Byul, and we'll see how far Lucera can get in here. But that is 2 Terrans out of 3 falling so far. They're going forward. We are going on to our next match after this commercial break. It's going to be Bunny versus Life, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Life as simple as a hug. What if my partner wasn't crippled from a drug? What if my other homie never caught a slug? Shit. What if our parents actually gave a fuck? Another black suit, another black suit. Police happy to see another black shoot. His mother's makeup smearing on my arms, crying cause I'm the only son that she got now that he's gone. What if the ghetto never heard an instrumental? And we didn't have this rap shit, all we had was metal. You telling me if we couldn't shoot a ball, our lives still got shooting involved? And what if I never left out of Denver that winter for new beginnings? My father started his business and traded family for riches. You telling me that my auntie would still have a house to live in and JoJo wouldn't be writing me from prison? But fuck it, this is life. Deal with it or get dealt with. I'm in my room smoking alone like I'm selfish. Cause some days the sun's hard to face. Dad turns, his son wears his face. But look closer, see the heart of a lion. Sticks and stones gonna damage my bones harder than iron. 170 pounds with the walk of a giant. So defiant, I pop my volume, turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. For all that it's worth, to live in the spotlight. All of my demons come to life. And all that it was, and all that it could be, is lost in the darkness of the night. Why should I die to live in the spotlight? Why should I kill myself for you? You let me die to live in the spotlight. You let me die inside for you. Look, what if money wasn't part of success? Would the people I used to be friends with never left? What if making a name didn't come with regrets? I think the fame's a precursor to death. Death of a friendship, death of a family, death of a man. The misunderstood are always dead before they understand. Staring at ceiling fans, chop up milligrams, draw a pentagram. Lucifer's not a rumor, he's in the band. Liquor and vomit on my Converse. Bright lights and packed concerts. And right next to the gun that's on my dresser are plastic orange bottles of peer pressure. And I'm ready to cave. I live in the cage. How can I be a hero when I'm the one needing saved? 48-hour days on this fast lane living. Me and my entourage, no Jeremy Piven. Listen, it's better to burn out than fade away, what Kurt said. I felt the same until I saw his daughter and thought as a father. What if tomorrow the only way I could spoil it was dying? Started crying, then popped the volume, turned up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume.
For all that it's worth, to live in the spotlight, all of my demons come to life. And all that it was, and all that it could be, is lost in the darkness of the night. Why should I die? To live in the spotlight. Why should I kill myself for you? You let me die. To live in the spotlight. You let me die inside for you.
So what you do when the cop lights turn into a stage in a spotlight, and everyone around you starts to hate cause you got right and feel entitled like I'm supposed to stop living my life? Well, this ain't Tupac, this ain't M Show, this ain't Jigga Man, this that Kells Flow, this that C-Town 19 double X rep. So welcome to my life, here's a ticket to the next show. Welcome to my life, here's a ticket to the next show.
The void beckons.
All right, we got another update for you guys. It turns out that that's how Zoth send messages. Yeah.
Someone out there on Twitter, I saw you retweeted that.
Yeah, no, so thank you, guys in the chat and on the Twitter.
Guy in the Twitter.
Yeah, two guys actually sent it to me. I retweeted one of them and explained it a bit better. But
Also, someone tweeted at me saying that what happened with the rocks, where Lucira tried to get a position, was he actually accidentally right-clicked his Banes into the rocks, like a big portion of them, and it just fell.
is
And
this
like
2010?
maybe just right-clicked, one shot from all of his Ravagers as well as the Banes, and it's like, well, you're kind of in a bad
That's
spot.
pretty wasteful.
he still won the game
Yeah.
somehow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's Zerg, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, TY might have put up a better fight there on that map. Liked a lot of things about how Byul was playing that, but he never really transitioned in the late game. Like he just wanted to hit 4 places. It's like I'm hitting 3 places or 4 places, and that's what I'm doing, and you're gonna fall apart. And
It's like he wanted to out-multitask one of the fastest players in all of StarCraft.
that's a very good point. Lucira's
and
one of the fastest
it didn't
players.
Work?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, part of it was also Lucira's fantastic building placement, as you said. Just the spine and the spore. I think it was at the 4th base.
Yeah.
Maybe the 3rd. That was just perfect at defending, and he had a very nice split as well. There really wasn't that much damage that got done by a lot of those Marines and Medevacs just being thrown away, essentially.
Yeah, not enough for the good. It was like over 60 supply he was dropping in various locations, and it didn't quite trade enough, which gave Lucira a big enough army advantage. He kind of controlled the map, and that 5th base, Byul never got to really mine from his 5th base, so... that can kill you if you don't mine from a 5th base in Legacy of the Void. So we're going to go into our next match. It's going to be Bunny versus Life. This should be a really good one.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I want to see what Bunny can do.
6.
He's one of the best Zergs in the world.
Yeah. Well, down here in the bottom right of Prime Terraces, our Terran player, it is CJ's Bunny. doing fantastically so far in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, and up here in the top left, in the red, the Zerg player, it is Life.
Yeah, and Life, of course, did make it to the finals last season. Got a little bit smacked by Hero, but you saw each game he learned and got better against what Hero was doing. But Hero was like just definitely a step ahead strategically than Life.
You know, when you said season, I thought you meant like last year. You know, like post-con.
Okay.
You know, I was like, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
But
runner-up.
I see what you mean.
But you know, yeah, I mean, like, did I say last season?
Yeah.
Last preseason week.
I guess
it was last week.
it was the last.
It's called the preseason, like 2 weeks of
Okay.
preseason. This is week 2 of the
Okay, so
preseason.
the week, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never done it. I don't have the terminology down. I don't have my artosisbot.exe. What
Yeah,
do we call
not
this?
yet.
Like register.
You don't
I'm
have your
missing
soundboard ready yet.
I'm missing a DLL, and when I have that, I'll get back to you. But
That's true. You know, as casters, once you go into a new game, you gotta download a bunch of new information so that you can be ready to press those buttons
Yeah.
when that happens.
It's important.
In the game.
yeah,
we see Brian Terraces go through.
And look at this. It's 3 racks Reaper. Byun, of course, tried this strategy before. I haven't really seen this from many players other than Byun. But Bunny, you know, which you can't spell Bunny without Byun.
That's true,
Yeah, I know.
actually.
We used to call Byun the Energizer Byunny because he never ran out of energy in long games. But, I mean, against a quick gold base like this, that's going to be quite nice.
I think it's going to be very nice. We see Life following up with Queens coming out as well as 6 Lings. But already 1 Reaper out, a second on the way, as well as 2 more being produced.
Yeah, and looks like he's going to rally those directly up. Now, let's see exactly how many Lings get made by Life here.
Oh, he's making 2 more drones and a Roach Warren, so I'm not sure if he knows this is coming or maybe he feels confident just using Queens and Lings for this. Like a small amount of Lings, but we see him making Lings now.
Yeah, the Roach Horn is going to take quite a while to get there. Like, he's going to lose the drones of the gold base if he doesn't make more Lings. So,
Yeah.
The thing is, he doesn't know 100% what's going on, but he should now, seeing this many Reapers here.
Yeah. Queen may go down 1 more shot. Ooh! Just barely missing, but now with 4 Reapers out, can easily trade against this small of a count of Lings.
Ooh. Nice grenades thrown down there. That Queen is going to go down. Down it goes. Only a few Lings left over here. He's trying to make 6 Roaches, but again, this is sometimes the problem with going Roaches, but Lings aren't very good at defending around here. There's like a lot of small choke areas and like a lot of ground to jump around. So.
And the awkward thing about this is that 5 of the Roaches are coming out of this natural. If he was aware of the Roaches coming out, he could have even possibly jumped up into the main, and it would have been a long time for those Roaches to get there off creep. But
yeah.
Looks like he wants to continue trading at the gold base for now.
Yeah, he's really putting the pressure on there specifically. But yeah, seeing that many Roaches there, maybe jumping up would have been a good call, really, to try to just see if there's anything up there. If he has to send the Roaches back, don't forget, there's not even creep in between the 2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big deal.
Either way, I feel like he's almost missed his timing. I think those are Lings on the ramp, but we can't exactly see them. So he's ready in case he tries to go into the main.
Well, this many Reapers is going to do pretty well against Lings, but yeah, he's just keeping enough pressure on. Thing is, it looks like he's okay trading right now, like just using his Reapers to whittle down this army supply, because he is going for a 3 command center. And so that's going to give him, economically, a very good position to be in.
Yeah. As long as he can defend his 3rd at the gold when it does come out. We see Life going for a counterattack, as he always usually does, and as he is known for.
We have some more grenades going down right there. Looks like Ling's going to come up and chase these Reapers back. Oh, very nice counterattack, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big deal. 4 SCVs.
Oh, and they get into the main as well. Reapers are finally popping out here, but as you mentioned, 4 now, 5 SCVs have gone down, and he's delayed so much mining at that second. And at the same time, Ravagers, a lot of them have been made. And Life was considering putting on the pressure here. He may just do so.
He very well may. Now, don't forget, this is a lot of Reapers, so the grenades definitely could be an issue here for him. Yeah, a lot of damage being dealt very quickly by those grenades.
He has to be on top of those grenades for sure. But this is a big number of Ravagers against only Reapers. The SCD's trying to get into the mix now.
Looks like you will have to abandon this low ground. 3 more SCVs falling right now. Definitely a big deal. A lot of these grenades actually ending up hitting 5 more Reapers on the way right now. Bunny is not done.
He's only going to use Reapers to defend against this. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Even against 3 Ravagers that are quite low, he's got a big enough number of Speedlings now to tank for them. Nice lift on that depot, though.
Some good defense. Some damage being put onto the command center. He doesn't really care about that so much. He just needs to eliminate all these units. And if he can without losing Reapers... Oh! Oh, my God! That's it, basically. Oh, that's...
Oh, man.
Oh, I can't believe those corrosive vials hit there. That was deadly. Like, if he had cleaned that up with that many Reapers, he could have counterattacked and done like a lot with it, I think. But at this point, it's over.
That's so
Too much
unfortunate
damage
for Bunny.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it. GG. Life takes game number 1 in very life fashion, I have to say.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you think you're going to kill me? No, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Very good Ling counterattack. That was really the beginning of Bunny's downfall. And the thing is, Bunny was kind of stabilizing. He had 5 Raxes. He was going to have a hell of a lot of Reapers. But when you lose like 4 Reapers, a corrosive bile, that's it.
May have even been more.
Yeah,
than
it was
4.
a
like
lot.
6 or 7.
You might be right. Like,
they were all clumped up on the ramp.
I was
too.
getting a little bit scared for life. I'm like, how are you going to, if he attacks you like 10 Reapers after all these units are dead, what are you going to do about that?
Because he was only on 2 base. You know, I don't think he had his natural expansion up. He just had that gold and not a heavy amount of drones, as he was making a ton of units at first just to defend, but then to go on the offensive as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the way games are sometimes, man. Good corrosive bile hits, and that can be a game ender for sure. Yeah. Same with, if a few of those grenade hits had hit a little bit earlier, maybe you would have had that additional damage to get rid of those Ravagers and thus no corrosive biles, and things could have snowballed the other way. But looks like Life will take that game number 1 on Prion Terraces. Our next map is going to be Dusk Towers.
Map we've seen, I think, in every matchup so far. Tonight, it seems to be one of the more popular maps. It's a pretty good map outside of, the very small choke points, I guess, in the middle of the map. That's the only place we've seen where there may be like a small problem point.
Yeah. Haven't seen anyone really try to turtle right there, but TY did a great job of that.
TY finding all the spots. TY was also the guy who found spots on Expedition Lost with his tanks.
Yes, I remember that.
Put it in between the backdoor rocks and the natural ramp and stuff, and you can get a ton of damage.
He was also on that terrible map. Remember when he was doing the siege tanks that hit your gas or something?
Yeah.
And he also used on Overgrowth. He used on Overgrowth to hit the tanks.
That's
and then the other map, the one where Terrans were going
Fat
mech.
Scrap Station. Is that the one you're talking about?
Fat Scrap Station?
Yeah. You know the one, it's like the 2 naturals, or not the 2 mains like this, and you got an island over here.
Oh, no, Dashing Terminal? No, I hate that map. Yeah. I call that Neo Scrap Station.
Okay, all right.
But no, Fat Scrap Station's good too. No, it was a Pro League only map, and there was someone was going mech there a lot. Who was that? Oh, it was Byong.
A terrible map? You mean like Habitation Station?
No. Byong was going mech there a lot, and finally Parting beat him with Blinkstalker, Colossus.
Was it like Outboxer?
I think that's it. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's Outboxer.
Is that the one that Maru just did a timing attack at the Protoss 3rd every single time with Marauders and just out-microed the Colossi?
You mean any map?
Yeah, actually, that's true. But specifically that one because...
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But anyways, yes, TY, definitely, he finds a lot of abusive places on maps.
Yeah, he does.
That's a sign of a good StarCraft 1 Terran. We had to abuse stuff.
It's true. And
when Terran was actually hard.
Yeah. Now it's just really easy, guys. I don't know. There's also that ledge behind the 4th base, which is why a lot of Zergs take the other 4th base, and they make that their 5th base on Dusk Towers. So that could be something that comes into play. It seems like Zergs have already kind of figured out how to deal with that to some extent.
Yeah. But, Dusk Towers... I like the map. It's like the map that you never see banned. It's one of those maps where it's like, okay, you're just going to be in every series.
It's like
for
an
the
Overgrowth
season.
almost.
Yeah. You just it's like no matter what matchup you're playing, there is a better map to ban. So
Yeah.
definitely one that you guys should all be very familiar with. And if you have this one thumbs down, who are you and what are you doing?
What race do you play?
Yeah. It's like, no, I don't
play
know.
the
Like Central
Zelnaga?
Protocol. I'm like, oh.
Don't mention that map.
That
on
map
Caps,
is,
man.
oh my God.
Please.
If I turn on a streamer and they're playing on that map, I turn it off.
No, that map is
God-awful map.
no. I think that'll be removed. Notice how it's not in the GSL pool.
I'd be super surprised. Yeah. I mean, this isn't necessarily exactly the maps we'll use for the actual season of like Codename.
Well,
Protoss,
I don't think if it's not in this that they'll use it for the real season.
Agreed on that.
Maybe if they don't have anything else and they want to use 7 maps for some reason.
I'd rather see Arena than Central Protocol.
anything but Central Protocol.
Yeah.
For real.
The only Central Protocol I have for that is one of these, and I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm on TV, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know why it's taken so long to start this one. We have Dusk Towers like loaded up with them in it, right?
They're talking about how like the player needs to switch their colors and stuff, and it seems like after 3 minutes of delaying, they've finally gotten their colors down.
It's pretty hard. Red and blue. You know. Primary
Sometimes
colors.
you click teal by accident. You're like, that kind of looks blue. And
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a
red
shade
guy
of blue.
picks pink or something.
I've seen
happen.
It. I've seen
Could
people
happen.
load up the game with the wrong colors. It's happened before, and
Yeah.
I don't think I really care that much. Or
It
different
doesn't
races,
really matter
but
all that much, to
okay.
be honest. But
Looks like we finally loaded that game up.
6.
down here in the bottom left in the blue, a Terran player. It is Bunny.
Thank you. And our Zerg player in the top right, winning game 1, is Life. Random. All right.
Yeah, Dan just had a piece of tape stuck to his shoe.
Big piece
We
of
had
tape.
to. Don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Had to take care of that before we started this game.
Well, there was some nerd covered in tape trying to watch, and I'm like, it's a closed studio, and I kicked him in his face. That must be where I got it from.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Well, anyways. Oh, CC first, Hatch first. All good. What do you have like a favorite map right now?
I
that
like
you really enjoy?
Orbital Shipyard. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I
like
like
that map.
Orbital Shipyard.
It's just like that's the map that I figured would be like pretty standard overall. Like one of those overgrowth type maps, like King Sejong Station maybe.
That was the best map ever made, King Sejong Station.
That map was awesome.
That was just
we
stupid
saw
fun.
so many great games on that map.
Yeah.
And part of it was the players and the given meta at the time, I suppose. But you can't ignore the fact that one map specifically has more good games than another one.
And like all the matchups were actually really nice, and like people would expand in different directions for different reasons with different strategies. That was truly a map that I can't wait till we have the next map that I feel the same way about.
Yeah, just bring out a new Sejong Station, and we're good to go.
Yeah. So what was the name of King Sejong's lieutenant? Or whatever, the guy that...
The general guy?
Yeah, the general
guy
guy
that
that did the
also has a
ships?
statue?
Yeah.
I don't know
Right
his
near.
name.
Okay, well. We need to make his station. It needs to look like that other one.
Yeah, they could do that.
But then Legacy of the Voyage probably like imbalance for some reason. I don't know. It's like, no, Lurkers are way too good here. It's like, oh.
It's possible. Liberators. I think there was a lot of empty airspace towards the left side of the top base, you know?
Liberators could have been good.
Even the right side.
Yeah. Well, taking a look at this game, 3 bases going for Life up now, or building at least. Speed halfway done. We only have the 2 command centers for Bunny as he is teching up. We'll see if he wants to tech up further from this before making his 3rd command. Excuse me, sorry.
Now, Life able to poke up here and see exactly what's going on. Doesn't know the follow-up, but 3rd CC is coming down.
All right, so 3 CCs. Not anything too surprising here, grabbing that starport as well.
It's funny because I think this is the exact same build that Byul did on this map. Or maybe it was TY. I think it might have been TY, actually. Someone went for like a starport faster and put on some pressure with an early Liberator. I think it was TY. And then in this, on the second map, he went for CC, third CC before starport, and just put on a little pressure with some Hellions.
Yeah, let's see here. It looks like, oh, that's a, okay, so a reactor's being built. I think he'll go like Reactor Liberator? Is that possible? Because he's building a reactor right now with the barracks right next to the starport.
Yeah,
Could
I
be like a Liberator and
have
a
to be.
medevac or something, but let's see.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Liberators. He's saving up a lot here. There it is, 1 Liberator, 2 Liberators.
Whoa,
Here we
have
go.
3 Liberators?
Not yet, Artosis. Stay
You don't
calm.
even understand how this game works. I'm like, oh, okay, I was
Like,
getting
can the
excited.
factory make a Liberator? I'm like, no. Why are you here casting with me?
That's great. All right, so a couple Liberators really quickly here. We do have some spores starting right off the bat. He has a good idea of what's going on, obviously. His Overlord got in, saw the reactor on there. You're not reactor out medevacs for your 2 Marines, that's for sure.
No. And he should be prepared for this. Already 3 spores going down. Gotta have those in a good spot so that the Liberator can't get that sweet spot behind the mineral lines.
Yeah, and this is going to be cool to see how he ends up doing this. And don't forget, the creep is like not far out. Like these Liberators, if he doesn't lose them, can help him to deny and slow down the 4th base quite a bit. Got to walk Queens out there slowly.
You can park 1 Liberator right outside the 4th base. He's already got his Hellions in position. You can see them on the minimap. Seems like he's going to go double Liberator into the back here, to the backside of the main, and try to run by at the same time. The Queens are totally out of position.
Oh, man, he's not even paying attention. He sees a Liberator, and that's the only thing he sees. These Hellions coming in. 7 drones already going down.
Uh-oh.
3 to this Liberator that's going to die, but...
Yeah, he doesn't have the sweet spot quite yet. I think you could get like the left 4 patches there with the Liberator outside the range of the Spore Crawler, but not quite finding the area yet.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to kill the Overlord that's sitting there first. Definitely always a useful thing you can do with the Liberators if you don't want to kind of babysit him. You can just send him to kill a few Overlords around, kind of like a Viking.
Yeah, and then you got it for that extra harasser later on in the game. It'll be more useful than a Viking.
Look at him just making a beeline here over to the back natural.
Just got to be really careful about this, though.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to really do that much. He has a Spore here, he has a Queen here.
Yeah, I guess he'll just park it back there for now, but with the Spore moving, it's not really going to get any damage done. And in the meantime, looks like the Liberator has moved. Spore not moved yet here at the 3rd base, so he could try to find this sweet spot.
Yeah, I mean, the Spore can move pretty quickly here, and oh, there we go. That's a really nice place to put it, right? Wait. Oh, it doesn't actually hit that that back drone. Still getting used to the actual area of attack. Anyways, it does look like Life wanted to get something done there. Doesn't quite do it. A couple medevacs hitting the main base right now. Big spread of Marines. Doesn't get any drones yet, but already clearing out that Queen.
Yeah, and he is going to clear out the Spore Crawler if he wants to go for any more harass in the future. It's going to be much easier.
Can he get that before Baneling speed? Oh.
No. He's going to trade really well against these Lings, though. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, that is a lot of Lings. In fact, he kills them all. Another set has to come up here. Baneling speed will finish, but cancels that 4th base.
Yeah.
Again, we were talking about that before. Definitely a powerful move. Maybe not as strong as in Haunts, but good still.
Yeah, this is the revenge of Bunny here in Game 2. It might be our only series we see get to go to Game 3 with the way that Bunny is playing. This is the problem with taking this 4th base. You have to take it because the pressure from the cliff is just too much, if you take the other one. But then it's so far away from your 3rd base that it's really hard to split your forces well enough.
Single Marine drop coming up in the main.
He got a little bit ahead of his allies there.
Second medevac comes to make sure he gets out. Like, okay. But look at this. Canceling the 4th once again. Ooh.
This is so annoying. Even going to kill the drone, delay it even more. Another drop coming in, this time with the Widowmine. Oh, and he's going to target all those Lings.
Oh, that was insane. And Now another big drop coming in. Life in a lot of trouble. The Mutalisks are out, so he will be able to clean this up. But at what cost?
At a huge cost.
Yeah, that was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
He's about to have 2-2, which is great, but like, he lost a lot of units. Look at this supply, 54 to 86 as far as army goes.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Widow Mine's already waiting.
Yeah, gonna split them a bit better here. And Fort base is gonna be canceled again.
Oh my God. This,
I don't know if he's dealt too much with this kind of harassment on this map. I think he was sitting back saying, okay, this is going to go very, very late. He droned up very hard on 3 bases, got his Evo chambers very early, but was just not prepared.
Yeah, this game, like seriously, he's getting bopped on the head so hard. It's like he's a field mouse or something, you know?
Pretty much. And we got more drops coming in towards the 3rd. Finally, these drops. Oh, nice split there from Bunny.
Another drop does go down right now with the Spore and a couple mutas here. He will lose this, unfortunately, but this drop hitting that back natural. No Spore here whatsoever. Going to go ahead and stim these Marines. And just going to draw them over. Not a lot of damage done there.
He does have to be a bit careful about dropping too much. We saw that be the downside of Byul. I mean, he has so much more tempo and much bigger of an advantage than Byul did have in that other game, for sure. But he doesn't want to overdo it here, especially like considering the fact that the meters are out as well. These drops are not going to be nearly as consistent as they were. But he did do a nice job of drawing the units once again out of position, and this time 3 medevacs coming into the main.
Oh man, just nothing here for defense. These Lings and Banes gonna run up right away, but Life is in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, nice pickup this time around, but the mutas are on the chase. They should be able to get that 1 medevac. It seems like they're just gonna clean everything up actually, as they came out very, very slow. That's 3 medevacs going down. That's
a really good move that you got rid of that, but the 4th base for the 4th time is going to be denied.
Yeah, and you can see the command center moving out to the 4th base of the Terran. No problems there at all. He's put on so much pressure that he has the entire map, essentially.
Yeah, and Valdez, you want to know what the problem here is? Is that Life is playing Heart of the Swarm right now. So if you play Heart of the Swarm and you can't get a 4th base, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's sitting here on layer tech, 3-3 on the way for Bunny. He can't get a 4th up. He's going only Ling Bane Muta. This is like, we've seen this before.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah. I think he's just going to have to GG, man. Like, maybe not right yet because he still has like a pretty sizable army, but like he needs to get on the counteroffensive or something. He needs to maybe like really rack a few drops right in a row.
Yeah. You could see, like, the 4th base being canceled again. His units weren't even positioned to stop it. They needed to be in front of the hatchery that was forming, and now he tries to go for the attack, and he eats a Widowmine shot.
Ouch. Oh, never mind. I thought that was another Widowmine shot. This Bane was going up. We get too excited. Well, looks like some Widowmines coming down. He does have some Speed Banes in here. Not really getting the connections he wants, but this Mutalisk count is actually quite healthy. These more Marines do rally up, and he does have to run away in GG.
He put 2 question marks first. I'm not sure if that was on purpose.
Last time he actually against, like, I think it was against Zest, he typed a question mark and then GG. And I don't know what that...
Is it possible that the spectator computer doesn't have like the?
It's in English, yeah. So they don't actually have Korean on the system, which is really weird because we live in Korea.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's a Korean observing.
How did they find a computer that's like that? I don't think there's a single one in Korea that exists except this one that we have for GSL.
Yeah, this is really weird. Like. But yeah, I think you're completely right. Like if it's a language that you don't have anything installed for, sometimes
marks, or boxes sometimes.
Games, yeah.
In other games, yeah.
Huh. I do wonder how that happened. I mean, all my PCs have Korean on them, so okay.
Or at least they can read it. You know, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that game was kind of very different from the last one. As well. Life. Holding off the offense last time and going for a big counterattack and winning the game essentially with a nice big counter push with the Ravagers and stuff. But this time it was like he couldn't get a 4th base for like 5 minutes. And that's a really long time now that we're on like real time, and not Blizzard time. So he just could never expand, and he could not split up his units efficiently enough. The metas were kind of late as well. I think he went for very early 1-1, which explained why he got like the fastest 2-2 in the world, even faster than Bunny did there.
But he just like couldn't stop the continual drops. He needed like a couple spores in his main or something. Like I'm not sure exactly, but that was tough. And he never really stopped anything.
Yeah.
Anyways, down here in the bottom left, showing some great skill in that last game, our Terran player is Bunny.
Yeah.
His command center is blue.
And up here in the top right, in the red, the Zerg player losing that last one, kind of a crazy fashion. It's Life. Gonna have to do a better job this time of holding off the aggression from Bunny. And we were talking about this when we were first talking about Bunny in the beginning of the game, that this is really what he was known for, his drops. And Legacy has made it even more fun and even more useful for Bunny to play that style.
And I tell you, Bunny was really clean during those drops. Those were really well timed. He always had a good idea of where all the units were and dropped where they weren't, which is what you need to do. And like, the thing is, not all the drops necessarily did a lot of damage, but it drew the army in certain directions so that the 4th base could never get up. And that's really what he focused on that game, was denying a 4th base over and over and over.
Exactly.
And kept him so busy that he had his own 4th base. And then it became like, it was like we were in calculus class and they gave us an algebra problem. It's like, okay, this Zerg has Heart of the Swarm composition and 3 bases against a Heart of the Swarm Terran composition with 4 base. Who wins? It's like,
which one is greater than the other?
We both raise our hand, but the teacher calls on you because he likes you more?
Yeah.
And
that definitely would happen.
That
actually.
absolutely would happen.
But it's just a cool strategy. You know, it seems like Terrans really have Dust Towers figured out against Zerg. Just the way that TY played it was viable, I think, and very efficient. The way that Bunny played it was very efficient as well, because it's just so hard to take that 4th base when it's that far away. And if you can draw the entire Zerg army back to the main with that drop, which is very easy to get in there, then you're going to be very successful with that a lot of the time.
Sure. Well, looking at this game now, it is 3 Rax Reaper again. So Bunny really liking this, and Life stopped mining gas for a little bit, and then started right back up again. So it seems like he kind of realizes what's going on and gets a much quicker Roach War in this game. But to be fair, I felt like Bunny was kind of outplaying Life for a little bit with Reaper versus Roach Ravager. So I don't. Maybe he looked at this and said, you know what, the Prime Terraces game, I could have won that. And maybe that's what we're seeing here.
If he didn't get counterattacked, he was going to have that pressure for a very, very long time. And I think he's going to try to go for that here. Of course, it's not nearly as easy as Prime Terraces. Because, of course, Life doesn't have a gold base. It's very far from his main to take this time around. But he can still put on a lot of pressure here.
Oh, kills that spine. That's actually pretty cool. Doesn't even get to save the drone there or any of the minerals. Pretty decent damage put on these queens so far, but with 4 roaches already on the way, you know, I guess Bunny can try to just continue to like poke at them and then, you know,
I like this
gain some
angle
advantage.
a lot. Looks like he may have 1 transfuse. No, not quite. And 1 queen goes down, 2 go down. Oh, and really nice grenades to save those Reapers as well.
Wow, I thought for sure he was going to lose the 2nd Reaper there. That was really great, and especially the 2nd set of bombs that once they popped towards him, they popped away.
Yeah.
That was cool. Oh, I get some nerd chills from that one.
It's magnificent, Artosis.
Indeed.
And
he's going to win Best in Show tonight, this Bunny.
Keeps all his Reapers alive again. He's doing the same thing he did on Prime Terraces. So I think we should see a transition into 5-Rax Reaper as well. We didn't really get to see how that worked out on that game. But I'm very curious to see how it's going to do here.
You know, if he does actually do that and like goes 5-Rax Reaper, I'm going to be really excited about that. But here, let's see how this goes. Throws some grenades to cover himself getting up there, but has to back off. Some of these Reapers already in the red. You know what this Well, there's too much action to even mention what this reminds me of, but it's kind of like Adept, where it's like, okay, if I constantly have these and I'm constantly poking, eventually I should be able to break you or something like that. But
Yeah.
anyways,
He's got to be really careful moving this far out with these Ravagers. He's doing a decent job buying himself some time, but a lot of these Ravagers very low, and the Reaper count continues to grow.
oh, and look at this, picks off some more Ravagers here, popping some more away as well. The Queens come out and try to push him back.
Yeah, really nice trading, and Life is just stuck on 2 base forever. He's just stuck making units on 40 drones for a really long time, and the 2 extra barracks are coming out as well as 2 ABE bays, so it looks like he may be switching out of Reapers for now. But he's gotten so much tempo from this play.
Yeah, he really has, and I guess he's not going to go to 5 racks Reaper, but rather just 5 racks Bio. But that's cool because he has all these Reapers, and as you said, Life is on 2 base. How is that even? How is he on 2 base?
Well, it's because of Reapers down.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Good call. Good call about this.
Yeah. And this time, unlike Byul, he keeps a large portion of the Reapers alive. These are going to be good in the fight anyway. You can stem up the rest of your bio and use the grenades to, you get your Reapers behind with their mobility, use the grenades to prevent the Zerg from running, or they could just do a bit of damage, tank even for the rest of the bio. They have so many different uses with the straight-up bio army, and he's going to have his 3rd base here before Life even gets his up.
Yeah, this is looking really great for Bunny. I kind of love the way that he decided to play this. Now, I guess, Life is keeping up with upgrades. He's a little bit behind that 1-1, not the biggest deal, but he's getting a macro hatch. His drone count is all right. So we definitely can't count him out, but definitely you're right about this whole tempo thing. Like, these Reapers are still on the map causing a problem. Yeah, I don't know. Having canceled speed earlier, like, he doesn't even have any answers still to them.
Yeah. Finally finishing up the speed here. And as you can see, this base is mining long before the base of Life. Life, his hatchery about to complete here. And the Reaper's still a nuisance.
Looks like he is deciding he just wants to kill these no matter what. Almost loses a Ravager there. Tell you, if you can trade a Reaper for a Ravager, do that every time.
Yeah.
Well, Life has secured his economy. His layer's going to be finishing up here. Getting some Banelings at the moment. But Bunny is just, like, really going into macro mode so far.
Yeah. He really is. Playing for a much later game here. He's getting that armory out. For his 2-2. Doesn't exactly line up, unfortunately, but just about. No big deal there.
Yeah, still going to stay a little bit ahead of Life in that regard, it looks like. Meantime, these Reapers, look at that. This is...
another use for the Reapers.
Yeah, and that was a 4th delay. That's a delay of, that could be 20 seconds. Who knows? Let's watch. Like, another drone should be on the way. But seriously, that's a 20, 30-second delay, maybe. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
And think about the next attack that's coming. It's going to be, looks like a drop possibly towards the back door while he moves his bio towards the 4th. That's what I'd like to see. But hasn't started moving that bio just yet.
Yeah. Now, Life has gone, he's kind of switched up his tech. He's not really using Roaches and Ravagers anymore, but instead Ling Bane. So if he overcommits with a bio move out, that could be scary, but if he does this just right and pulls those Lings in the wrong direction, he might be able to do some damage. But it looks like his main army is leaving very late compared to the medevacs.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. At the same time, Life was very ready. Okay, here we go. Is ready once again. Looks like he may have had these units on patrol just in place to deal with this. And seems like he was ready to stop any kind of two-pronged attack at the 4th base at the same time. He's got the majority of his Ravagers over here, just waiting.
And this is, like, it's a pretty scary ground army for Life right now. He has a lot of Lings, a lot of Banes, a lot of Ravagers in here, so he should be able to deal with everything on every front if he just splits his army pretty well.
Oh, not... Well, he's able to get out with the majority of his army there, and trading very nicely against Lings here on the creep before. The Banelings still do not have speed unless they just got it and they missed the upgrade.
The Banes?
Okay,
yeah,
they just got it. Okay.
Oh, but he's keeping the creep back pretty well here. Oh, tries to go in when he thinks Bunny might not be looking. He was definitely right about that.
Yeah, good timing there.
We do have some mutts being made at the moment, so that's going to definitely help out against these drops.
Gotta love those mutts.
Yeah, indeed.
And yeah, this is not the kind of drops we saw from him last game. A lot of this has to do with the much better splitting by life this time around. The fourth base is much closer as well, and he has Zemitas, the mutts out, as you mentioned before. But he's still doing a very nice job of drawing the entire army this time around towards the left side of the map, and there's 4 medevacs going towards the back door.
Yeah. Well, let's see if he can actually secure some damage here. This could be an awesome drop.
And it lines